Greetings from Cybertron. This is SoundJack here with a review of the Transformers BotBots Shed Heads. These are the Series 1 Shed Heads. We got a couple of new Shed Heads out with Series 2, but I haven't reviewed Series 1 yet, so I'm reviewing that. Then I'll get to Series 2 once I get them all. If you want to figure out how to get these, go check out my Series 1 buying guide. That will be linked in the description down below because they don't come all together like this. I'm just deciding to review them in their teams because that's the easiest way. Instead of having to go through the packs I had to buy and then going over them a couple of times or whatever. Anyway, shed heads, we got a lot. We got some variety in the shed heads because we both have tools that you'd find in the shed and also a bunch of plants that you would use the tools you'd find in the shed or the stuff you'd use in the you'd find in a shed to help grow them. We've got like chainsaws and belt sanders and hammers, and then we got trees and moss-covered rocks and fungi, and it's all very interesting. I am very into this team. But before we start talking about each of the characters, let's go through a few quick size comparisons. Here they are next to some current Battle Masters and Micromasters, a tiny Turbo Changer, a current Deluxe Class and Voyager Class figure, and a not-so-current Legends Class figure. So now let's get into the BotBots. We're going to go left to right, alphabetical order, and we're going to start off with Cuddle Tooth here. She is a chainsaw, and her thing is she loves hugging people, despite the fact everyone's scared of her hugs because, you know, she's a chainsaw. But it's a very nice chainsaw. Orange, nice silver paint on the blade itself. Unfortunately, like her feet are just permanently sticking out the back here. And then this handle like is there, but like there's not actually a gap here, so you can't particularly hold it too well or wrap something to hold it. And then the arms are kind of hanging out there. They're supposed to. No, that's how they go in. Yeah. No, yeah. Not again, just the feet are sticking out there. I mean, like it doesn't look horrible, but like. Because they're one solid piece, but still not too fantastic. But I mean, I like her. I really like her chainsaw alt mode. So to transform her, we're gonna rotate her body. This lower section, this all just rotates. We're gonna split those. I'm gonna flip this up. I think it sits like there. Maybe you can throw it back a bit more. And then we're going to come down here and pull at the arms, which is going to cause the legs to also move out. Do the same over here. Pull at the arms, legs come out. And there you have Cuddle Tooth in robot mode. And she's got hearts for eyes, and she's got a mouth that looks like a grill. I do like the eyes. I do like the eyes knowing, like, oh yeah, I want to go hug you. But the sad thing is her arms don't have any articulation, so she can't actually hug anyone. Like the arms do. There is absolutely zero articulation. The only thing that moves are these chainsaw halves, and you can put them wherever you like. You can get them straight out. I mean, like the art is like, do that and make it kind of like bunny ears. But unfortunately, she can't actually hug anyone, and that makes me sad. That makes me really sad. But Cuddle Tooth is still pretty good. Moving on, we've got Fungus. Yes, Fungus, because he is a fungus. He is a party guy. He really likes throwing parties. And he's got nice. The shading between the stock color and then the red on the top is really nice in my opinion. But I mean, pretty straightforward. You do have a couple of the tiny feet hanging out there. To transform, really simple. You just pull these panels out and then pull the head up. And there you have Fungus in robot mode. I'm just going to say, though, while the face is cool and expressive, it doesn't feel like this is the face of a guy who likes to party. You know? It just doesn't feel like that. But, I mean, it's still a good-looking face. You got red chest details and gray hands poking out with articulation because they're on ball joints. They can go wherever they can. Based on the articulation. Unfortunately, like you can't do a full 360 because the head does get in the way. But I'm Also very much appreciative. There's tiny fungi growing out off his shoulders, which are just one stalk in alt mode. I think that is a very neat touch in terms of the detail, and I quite like Fungus. That goes there. And then you have Grit Sandwood, and he's a belt sander, and he really likes to have a brawl and like cause dust to go flying, or rather sawdust to go flying. Ha ha. Even Grit Sandwood is like, no, that was a bad pun. He's green. He's got treads, or the belt sander part. It does make me think of like a Cybertronian like vehicle up mode rather than a belt sander more so. Like you get the handle bit there, and then like it's one thing of treads, but like this could be the Cybertronian alternate mode. It's going to look more like a transformer in a moment. And to do that, you're going to move the feet down just that little bit from here to here. And then we're going to split the belts. And then we're going to rotate them 360, rotate them 360. Yeah, we rotate them, right? Or is that the actual hand? I always thought we rotate, I think we rotate 360, and then these are like the hands right here, I think. Though there's indents and details here that maybe these are the hands. I thought you rotated them. Well, anyway, and then the last thing, but regardless, last thing you do is you flip up that chest panel, and there you have Grit Sandwood in robot mode. I'm going to flip the arms like this. It looks better to me. Looks better like this. But yeah, Grit Sandwood, robot mode. Not a lot of detail on the face. You do have a nice silver faceplate and the blue visor, but not expressive. You got some red details on the chest, and straight up that looks like an Autobot symbol from a distance, just the general shape. And like this is definitely like Boulder's Kid from Rescue Bots. This is Boulder's Kid right here, folks. I'm calling it right now. You do have nice details going on. Yeah, and then like the legs move back and forth a little bit, so there's a little articulation there, and then the arms rotate a full 360 degrees because they're on ball joints. And Grit Sandwood is neat. He is very neat. I like Grit Sandwood. Though again, I like the expressive faces more. Here we have Majorly Scroogey. I think it's Scroogey or it's Screwy or Scrooge. Majorly Scrooge. I don't know. I would have thought it was like Majorly Screwy, but it's a GE at the end of his name, so I don't know. He's a drill, and his personality, he's a drill sergeant. Literally, he's a drill sergeant. That's his personality because he turns into a drill, and his name has Major in it. That's a nice drill. It's yellow. You got some black and a nice silver on the drill bit right there, and then you got these feet that make the handle. This nice handle down here. It's simple, but it works. It works. Transformation doesn't work for me all too much, I will say. For the transformation, you're gonna flip the feet down, and then you're gonna pull the arms out, rotate them down, pull the arms out, rotate them down, and there's Majorly Scroogey in robot mode, and I can't tell what his face is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be this black visor? Is it supposed to be these three black squares on top? I don't know. I'm going to guess it's this lower visor, and then the silver bit's his mouth, because there's a color lift of this in red, and that one has a face, and the eyes are here. So I'm going to assume that's his eyes, but like it doesn't stick out really all that well. I mean, the good thing is he's got 360 degree rotation in both of his arms, but still, it's weird. It's weird. He's probably the one I like the least, to be honest, just because like his face doesn't seem like it's anything. But moving on to a more fun one, we have Nailbiter, who loves headbanging to music and will often just cause collateral damage just because he's headbanging and he's a hammer. Brum, 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 brum. Also, why is he called Nailbiter? He hits nails. He doesn't eat them. But anyway, you got a nice hammer head here. Silver on this part, silver on this part. A bit of orange to give him some color, though predominantly black color scheme throughout. Hello. Yeah, you just lift the head up a little bit, and there's his face. Hello. Anyway, to transform him, you are going to rotate this section down 180 degrees, so the feet are showing now. You're going to come to the side, pull these hands out, and then you have just flip this up a tad bit, and you get nail biter in robot mode. Nice blue eyes. He's a little looking angry, and he's got a grill mouth again, so not too expressive. The orange is nice. You got some nice silver hands going on there. They're fun. That's neat. And then he's got tiny little orange feet with like his skirt. It's kind of like a skirt because it's just like, yep, there's no feet. Well, there's feet, so I take it he's wearing a skirt. That's the best I can. That's what I see when I see that. But he is pretty neat too. Now here's someone very interesting. This is Rootwing. Rootwing is a plant, a tree, obviously, and he's got like roots. Like this is a broken pot. These are like roots that are coming out, and that looks really fun. That looks really cool. That's an interesting detail. Like I said, he's a tree. He is an oracle amongst the BotBots, but the unfortunate thing for him is that whenever he tries to tell anyone what he knows, he breathes fire and whenever he talks. So it's kind of hard to communicate when you're, breathing fire and people are running away from you because they don't want to catch fire. And you'll understand why in a moment because his robot mode is a dragon. So to transform, we're going to flip this bit down, revealing his tail. Pull these sections back, revealing the rest of his body and his nice dragon head. And then we're going to flip the feet down. We're going to do that, rotate, and straighten that up again. Do the same on the other side, rotate, and there you have Rootwing in robot mode. And you can get him to stand just on the 2 feet by himself. They're not even supporting by the tail, though sometimes it's a little bit easier to get the tail support in certain poses. But I do quite like this guy. Look at there's leaf detail on the inside of the tree, and that is pretty neat. And the branches aren't even, and that just looks really cool. In all honesty, even his horns, one of them looks like it grew more than the other one, and it's very neat. And they even got little blue eyes going on there. And I quite like this guy. He's probably the most articulated BotBot. Like these wings can rotate here. You got the ball joints at the base of the body that can move up and down a little bit, not like too much, but like you can do a little bit. You can't necessarily get an incredibly good wing flap pose, but like you can do good. You can have a good time posing him there. And then the feet again also are on ball joints, so you do have quite a bit of range as to how you want to pose him with those. And again, the tail wags. The tail does wag. Probably the most articulated BotBot that we have. I could be wrong, but I think it might be the case. Moving on, we've got Slobber Rock, the pet rock, who is mentally like a puppy and loves slobbering all over you. It's cute. He's cute. And he's got moss growing on his back and this little plant growing. And then, whoop, there's his head. He's a turtle. He's like a Torterra. He's like the Pokemon Torterra, if you know who that is. And just his feet hiding out under there. But, I mean, like, it's a rock. It's a rock. So the details on it are nice. The moss detail is also very nice. And even the coloring, because there's a little bit of lighter shading up here. I'm not sure if that's intentional, but like it's neat. It needs give it a little more flavor. So to transform him, we're just gonna swoop that down. We're gonna just move that down so that's like his tail. And then we're gonna come in here, flip the legs out, flip the leg out, flip the leg out, flip the leg out. And then you have access to get to this bit right here, and you're just gonna push on that. And then you get Slobber Rock's head poking out, and that's Slobber Rock in robot mode. Granted, there's also this like thing here you can pull on, but like this is a lot easier to do than just trying to pull on this little tiny lip right here. Not much more to say. Slobber Rock in robot mode. It's just a rock now with legs and a face. The moss on the feet is really nice. Unfortunately, the teeth on mine seem to be a little messed up. They are not white all the way around. Like these top two. These teeth over here don't have the same kind of quality paint as these ones on here. So that's a little unfortunate. But, you know, he's still good. He's still a nice pet rock right there. And then the last one is Venus Frogtrap, who is a Venus flytrap, if you couldn't tell from her name. A neat touch is that she's got a little bit of fungus growing on her, and it's the same color as Fungus. And gives her like a freckled face appearance. But it's because of him that she looks like this. And I'm like, yo, that's really cool. That is really cool. and she's got nice blue eyes and teeth, and she's got a wide open mouth, so she can really chomp on any flies that end up landing in her mouth. And her pot is also nicely detailed. Transform her. We're going to rotate the head. We're going to move this over like that. Then we're going to fold these legs down. And what you're supposed to, and unfortunately, these feet on mine are very loose, so I do have concerns with this one just because I don't want to lose those tiny legs. And then the other thing is that these right here are also supposed to flip out, but I've never been able to get them to come out once ever. It's not like I can do it, but it takes a while. Like, no, I've never done it. I don't know what the issue is or how the clearance is, but it's definitely supposed to be like these are supposed to flip out from underneath and then come back up here, but it's not from the top, it's from here, but it doesn't, there's no room for it to move, and I don't know how that's supposed to work. I've seen people with it done, so I don't know. Again, get your foot back in there. Get your foot back in there. And then also, like, thing is, her transformation is not too extreme. It's just like you just reposition the head and then the legs come out of the pot. I mean, so it's a little lazy. Just gonna say that, just a little bit lazy. But you know, her concept, I like the concept. This just has the most problems for me, unfortunately. It's just not great, unfortunately, for her. But yeah, that's the shed heads for Series 1. And now let's get into some size comparisons. Here they are next to current Battle Masters and Micro Masters, a current Tiny Turbo Changer, a current Deluxe Class and Voyager Class figure, a not-so-current Legends Class figure, and the channel's mascots, Soundwave and Wheeljack. So overall, I like this team because it has variety. It's like, they're all shed related, but it's not just all shed tools. Like, you got some planes in there, and you got a Pet Rock, and that's a fun idea. And you got a Sentient Venus Flytrap, which is just fun. And Root Wing is great. Root Wing, I love Root Wing. But unfortunately, like, Major League Screwgy is not the greatest, but like the rest of them bring up the thing. It could theoretically be overall my favorite team. I haven't thought of if I have a favorite team based on the bots in it. I'll have to determine that later. But I do really like this team, and again, if any of them appeal to you, and just go out and try to find them. Granted, Series 2 is now out, so it might be a bit harder to get them normally. But if you're interested in them, maybe go check out other BotBots from other series, Series 2 or whatnot. But that is all I have to say on the shed heads from Series 1. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at SoundJack426. Also, please be sure to check out my Ko-fi account if you want to help support the channel, as well as the gaming channel I have with Alyssa, aka The Rational Dove, RDSJ Gaming. That will also be linked in the description down below. Thanks for tuning in. This is SoundJack signing off.